last week off, getting ready for a very busy week. Just kind of talk about just where everybody's going to be.
Yeah, we got split squads. We have 3 places. We're going to be at Texas Relays this weekend, Stanford Invite, and also San Francisco State has a meet going on as well. So kind of split everybody up and get some good competition.
Other events, let's talk about Texas. To go, over there, and who you sending, and then what are your expectations over there?
We're sending our 4 seniors on the women's side. Ari Oliver got in, as well as Marissa McKay, Corey Gilly, and Elizabeth Tejedes. So we're just kind of biting our nails. Hopefully they get in, and it's a big meet, a lot of Division I competition, but they have some really good marks across the country. And luckily all 4 of them got in, so that's who we're taking down there. And then also we have a good group of people going down to Stanford as well as San Francisco State to kind of even that weekend out in the Bay Area. So it should be pretty competitive. And with the week off, just rest our bodies, and hopefully we can come back and get some really good marks and set us up nicely for the month of April. So that's kind of our game plan, our big picture plan.
Tell us just, setting it up where you have people going pretty, all over the place, but what is the goal after this weekend, kind of when it's all said and done?
I guess we're just trying to strengthen our marks, to have some appropriate competition so we can better our marks. I was just looking at the top 10 list, and a lot of people that are traveling this weekend are on that list, obviously, and I'm just hoping that we can do 2 things, is that we strengthen some of the national qualifiers marks so they can get themselves in a better position to take the pressure off to go to nationals, but also in a bigger picture is that as a team, strengthen our marks so we can look good and get us set up for the CC2A, because that will be coming here very shortly. In about 5 weeks we'll have conference championships, but April's the time to really excel, and that's when you want to kind of start reaching your peak, so to speak, later in the month in April. You got some really good competition. We're going to have some more good weather again, so we got lucky with all that. But I think, just to kind of give them some bigger meet experience, so that when they do get to conference championships and or the national championships, they have that experience behind them. They're going to be going to get some other jerseys and some other teams that they might not have seen before, and that's how it's going to be when you meet it with conference, because we got, teams all the way down from San Diego up to Humboldt State, so we'll just kind of mix and match and see what we come in at.
For the women, having that national or that number 2 ranking, on campus we've had softball as number 1 team in the nation, other teams, basketball, you name for the sports, but how special is it for the program? For the coach staff and for the women, for everybody, how much pride do they take in that?
A lot of pride. It doesn't happen very often. That's our best ranking in school history, respective to our program, and still kind of float on air, so to speak. Same with Coach Sarah and BJ and Katrina Bindell, with just all the coaches that have been helping us this season. We're really happy with it. I think more so, it helps the entire team. It just gets them prepared and gives everybody more confidence with things, because we have 2 good teams, and it's just it's nice to see it all come together. But that ranking, it's definitely nice to be recognized, and believe me, a lot of alumni and community has reached out to us just with the HSU auction. I got a lot of comments over the weekend from people seeing us and congratulating our program. So I think that's the good stuff. That's the stuff that you work hard for as a coach, to make sure your athletes get recognized, and they were, with the national ranking. That's it's hard to beat that. It really is. It feels good, and it just gives a little bit of a little kick in your step. That's all. It makes you feel good about things.
All right. So I got it.
Coach, with Texas Relays obviously being a big meet, Stanford Invite, what are you personally going to tell some of the athletes? Because big meets like this, there's going to be nerves. You're going against not only the best in D2, but you're going against some of the best within the country. So what advice are you going to give to your athletes going into this weekend, going against such good competition?
I think I was kind of default to your routine. Just remember what you practice. Make sure you prepare yourself the same way. And I'm always telling my athletes that, every hard workout you should treat as a race in respect to your nutrition and the way you sleep. And that way, when you do get to the competition day, you'll already be ready for it. You've already been exposed to what you should be used to, and you'll have some experience behind that. So I think to take a little bit of pressure off, I let them know that this is kind of a practice for those big meets. It is a big meet, but it's like this is going to prepare you for conference championships. This is going to prepare you for the national championships. So really embrace it and go back to your routine if you do get some anxiety, because you will. I mean, it's just every competitive athlete's going to have a little bit of nerves, and so the ones that achieve their goals are the ones that can control those nerves and kind of focus and put that energy into the right way, so that way they can throw farther or jump higher or run faster, whatever they may be doing. But that's what it comes down to. So just go back to your routine and just remember what you practiced.
You know, as a coach, how does it feel when you look at not only marks within D2, especially on the women's side? You know, you're looking, you know, with Liz, for example, I mean, I think, what is she, number 4 overall, D1 and D2? I mean, how do you feel the fact that it's not just in Division II that they're excelling, but if you put them on a national platform, you know, these marks are competitive at the D1 level?
Yeah, I mean, we're proud of that, and I got to hand it to you. Like I said before, I'm just a head coach here in front of the microphone, but our coach has done a really good job with all the respective events across the board: throws, jumps, sprints, and distances. They've done really good. So yeah, it's kind of nice seeing that recognition between Division I, Division II. I mean, that's the reason why we are going to Texas Relays with some of these individuals, because they are not just top in the Division II category, but also they're the top 10 in the whole country, Division I, II, and III. So yeah, we're tickled about that. I mean, that's the good stuff. That's they've earned it. They've earned it, and the whole team has done really well. And I think at this point, we still kind of keep our medium. You know, we keep our balance, remind ourselves to kind of keep yourself occupied with school. That way you don't think so much about what's ahead of you on the track. That helps balance some things out. But also just stay injury-free. You know, all those little things got to keep going and have this balance. But going back to the success that we've had so far, we're really happy about it, to say the least. And I can't wait for the next meet. I mean, I can't wait for the next practice. I wake up in the morning and everything feels good.
Thanks, Coach.